Purposely. Your life, God's purpose. Listen at purposely.com.
There is just something in my personality that I feel like I need to answer questions quickly, that I need to make decisions fast. Part of it is just who I am. I like to get stuff done. I'm pretty efficient, pretty effective, and so I'm just go, 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 go. But I'm also the kind of person in a crowd, at a party, at a dinner, if it gets quiet, it makes me nervous. Like I feel like somebody should be saying something, right? And so I will just be talking, trying to fill the quiet. I move through decisions fast. I just really blast through conversations sometimes. I'm not saying these are always great things. I'm just sharing a little bit about who I am. I'm Julie Lyles-Carr. This is God on the Go, part of the Purposely Podcast Network. And we're here to help you make the minutes matter, that when you have those few minutes in the car, when you're waiting until the next thing that your kiddo's got to get into, these are conversation starters about different precepts and values that we see in the Christian walk. We've been talking about what it means to be quiet. We've talked about good kinds of quiet, challenging kinds of quiet, the quiet maybe we shouldn't be, the times we get quiet so we can hear God better. And today we're going to talk about the kind of quiet that gives you time to think. Now, like I said, I'm talking. I'm making fast decisions. I just go. And, as it turns out, I'm not alone. How long do most people take to make everyday decisions? And what I found out is it takes a second to 1 minute. Now, sometimes there are bigger decisions that take people longer, but I'm not alone. There are a lot of us that just boom. Where are we going to go to eat? What movie are we going to watch? What do we need to get at the grocery store? Go. We just make decisions really fast. But sometimes before we make a decision, it can be really important to get quiet, to think about the information we've been given, to get quiet and to let something develop over time, to get quiet so we can hear where God is going to lead next. I see an example of this at the time that Jesus was born. Mary and Joseph, as you remember, have traveled to Bethlehem. They've had baby Jesus, and angels have appeared to shepherds out in a field. And these shepherds come to worship Jesus, to experience what's going on. And they have so many things to talk about with Mary and Joseph when they get there. You're never going to believe what we saw. And we were out in the field, and then there's this angel, and he tells us this, and then there's this huge group of angels, and this happens, and they're singing this, and they're doing that, and da-da-da-da-da. And here is how we came to find you. And they're telling all of these things. And I love what it says in Luke 2:19 about all this conversation these shepherds are having. Luke 2:19 says, Mary treasured up all these things, pondering them in her heart. Pondering. That's kind of a funny word, right? But pondering is also a very powerful word because it means that you're taking a pause. You're taking in what people have said. You're taking in this information and you're sitting with it. You're not making a decision about it. You're not talking about it just yet. You're pondering it. You're allowing it to be there so that you can think about it. You can look at it from different perspectives. You can commit it to memory because you want to remember. I realize now there are lots of times where I should be quiet and ponder instead of feeling like I've got to fill the gaps in conversation or I've got to make a decision really fast because I feel like someone is waiting on me. Sure, there are times that it's kind and friendly to pick up the conversation and take responsibility for it. And there are other times, it is important to be decisive. But I want to make sure for me that I'm also using a discipline of being quiet and pondering when it's the wise thing to do. Can you imagine what Mary might have missed in the conversation if she felt like that she needed to be telling the shepherds all kinds of things? Oh yeah, really? Well, listen to what happened to me, and then this, and this, and this, and this, and then this. But she didn't need to do that. The shepherds were there. They had something important to share that was going to add to what Mary was already experiencing and knew. That kind of knowledge, those kinds of things that she learned along the way, all of that was helping her to be the best mom to Jesus that she could be. She was getting the tools and equipping that she was going to need as someone who was raising this really, really special child who was the Messiah. She needed to be quiet and to ponder and to take in this information. That's a good kind of quiet to have the ability to use, to know how to ponder, to think, to consider before you speak, before you make a really fast decision, to know how to sit in the quiet and to let that quiet become something that allows you to then know what you should say next, know what you should decide next. There's your word for the week, ponder. What's something that you should ponder before you talk about it? What's something that you should think on before you act on? We all have those kinds of things every day that crop up. So I want to encourage you to be quiet and ponder before you speak, before you act. Big thanks to George Fox University. They're our sponsor that helps make God on the Go possible. George Fox University is located in Central Oregon, gorgeous campus, all kinds of athletic teams, degree programs, all kinds of great stuff. I want you to go over to georgefox.edu. You're going to find there all kinds of fantastic information about college and culture at George Fox University. And I will see you next time here at God on the Go.